We still need to dive a little further, or quite a bit further, into this choicelessness, the traps that we fall into, the roles that we play, and that's what we call the prototypes. We have this model, this module that we call prototypes, and we'll be spending some time on that for the rest of the morning. So, prototypes are not stereotypes. We're not talking about typical ways about speaking about moms or dads, like all moms are this way or all dads are this way, right? Or all kids are this way. A prototype is like just sort of a preset model. And the way we define them here, they're preset roles or personas that we fall into. So they're sort of almost made to order. Like they're just like you can just order them on Amazon. Like they're not even very particular to you. You have your own version of them, but it's just sort of a pre-made cookie cutter model. They're not by choice, but they're by default. They're automatic and they are recurring. So we never choose them. We're probably not even aware of them. We can feel what they feel like and they're familiar and there's a certain kind of addictive, compulsive pull to them, but they're certainly not chosen. They're also not exclusive. So a person can embody different prototypes at different times, although one prototype often tends to be the dominant one within a particular personality.
And these prototypes, we will lay them out for you. There's certain parental prototypes, and you who are children here can recognize this prototype in your parent. There's certain child prototypes, and parents will recognize them in your child, or sometimes you'll recognize them in yourself.
That's right.
And so the reason we talk about these prototypes, is so that you can recognize it again to give you choice.
Yeah.
So that they're not just automatic.
That's right. The trap is only a trap until you see the trap. Trying to get out of the trap will keep you in the trap. It's like one of these, finger traps. Seeing the trap for what it is the access to being able to not fall into it in the first place or get out quicker. When caught up in a prototype, here's the trap. It directs and delimits our thoughts, feelings, interpretations, and reactions. It writes the script for us. We check out. We're not even there. The thing just unfolds and you can feel it. You're off to the races. You just push the car and it's like a downward slope that it just goes or an avalanche and it just picks up steam. And each one represents a stuck and or distorted version of an authentic feeling or a need, a coping strategy to get what we feel we're lacking. So there's probably prototypes in marriage, there's prototypes in friendships, there's prototypes in male friendships, female friendships, all kinds of stuff. We're going to look at the prototypes that we've identified in parent, adult, child relationships. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. It's not a comprehensive list, but these are sort of, we've been adding to them over the years. We used to have 3 for each parents and adult children, that's right. And I think we're up to having like 5 at this point.
So I have like 1,000 quotes on my cell phone. And so I'm going to give you another one here, okay? This is from a Buddhist teacher, Gabor Maté, whose book on meditation I've been reading, and he says, when you're having a bad time, like rather than, if you have bad feelings, don't try and replace them with good feelings. Don't try and either ignore them, push them down, or somewhat talk yourself into, like, I don't believe in affirmations personally, But anyway, he says, when you're having a bad time, examine that badness, observe it mindfully, study this phenomenon, and learn its mechanics. That's what we're trying to do here. He says, the way out of a trap is to study the trap itself, learn to see how it's built. You do this by taking that thing apart piece by piece. The trap can't trap you if you have taken it to pieces. The result is freedom.